Hi there, this is David from David Books and Comics, and today I'm going to show you some of my old, from the late 1970s Star Wars books. And this was our first encounter with the Star Wars, and it was this novel. It's called, says that it was written by George Lucas, but we all know it was written by this fellow, Alan Dean Foster. So it was ghost written by Alan Dean Foster. This is the actual first edition, paperback original. We know the subsequent edition just had the movie poster and it had pictures from the actual film inserted in the middle. This is actually the first edition, the a paperback original. The cover art is by Ralph McQuarrie, who drew and painted lots of painted covers for George Lucas for his movie. So when he was pitching the film to get a sense of the scope and size of the production that he wanted, he commissioned Ralph McQuarrie to do several paintings. This is one of them. And it has early versions of um, C-3PO and the Wookiee, Chewbacca, R2-D2, as envisioned by Ralph McQuarrie and by the man with the vision, George Lucas. So that's that. And this one came out shortly after the film was released. This was our first experience. This is a first paperback edition. According to this, it was initially released as a hardcover by Ballantine Books. Del Rey was a division of Ballantine Books. So there was a hardcover edition released in February of 1978, and this is the first paperback edition. Again, the cover art is by Ralph McQuarrie. One of the scenes in this book was used by Lucas in The Empire Strikes Back. The scene after when Yoda was training Luke Skywalker on the planet Dagobah. There's a scene, a kind of dream sequence, where he confronts Darth Vader. And that scene was copied from this novel. The main characters, the two heroes of this story, are Luke and Leia. And of course, nothing is revealed. That's the Kyber crystal, the crystal that's used for the lightsabers. And anyway, I read this book way back shortly after it was released. I remember buying it when it came out in paperback. And it's a very good, Alan Dean Foster is an excellent writer. All right, so the next book that came out uh, was the Han Solo. Han Solo was one of the most popular characters in the Star Wars universe in the first Star Wars movies. And this was, the first edition was in October of 1979. This is a third printing. But this is the one I had. So this one was written by Brian Daley. Sadly, Brian Daley died of pancreatic cancer at a very young age, only 48. He was instrumental in promoting Star Wars. He dramatized the Star Wars adventures on radio. That was all Brian Daley's work. So, and this is the second book in the series. This is Han Solo's Revenge. And this one is a second printing, November 1980. And these books were enormously popular, and multiple editions of the series was released. The next book in the series is called Han Solo and the Lost Legacy. And usually they do say the cover art, so just let me look here. Yeah, cover art is by William Schmidt. And it's a Del Rey book, again, a division of Valentin, and 1981. First edition is 1980. So this came out in multiple editions. And let's see the cover artist. It doesn't say, but I suspect it's the same artist because the styles are the same. And there's Chewbacca and Han Solo. And this cover art is by Dean Ellis. All right, so that's the Han Solo adventures. And then in the 80s, another series, of course, featuring the Millennium Falcon was the Lando Calrissian series, and there were 3 books. This is a paperback original first edition. The cover art for this is William Schmidt. Del Rey book. Nice cover. Good picture of how we remember Lando. And the next one was this one. This is Lando Calrissian, The Flame Wind of Ocean. Again, this is a paperback original. Copyright 1983. So that's that one. And this is a very fine copy of Lando Calrissian, this Starcape of Thonbaka. And again, this is a paperback original first edition. The cover art is by William Schmidt. So that's that. L. Neil Smith. Interesting guy. He was instrumental in a very ultra-conservative group called the Libertarians. And he was very active in the Libertarian Party. Anyway, he died. He was only 70. Anyway, so here's the first Star Wars books that came out back in the 70s and 1980s before the last film was released. I think it was Return of the Jedi was 1985. Um, so excellent reads, adventure series featuring Lando Calrissian and Han Solo and all the original characters of Star Wars. So I hope you enjoyed this little foray into short video into the early Star Wars adventures. Subsequent novels had took a different approach, of course, and they put Star Wars in big letters, and then they added the subtitles of these novels didn't have that. They just had the original titles created by the authors, obviously. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, give me a like. Thank you everyone for subscribing, and I'll show you more of some of my vintage collection. These books now are already over 40 years old. I can't believe it's been that long. So there you go. There it is, the very first. It sold, as like I said, when it first came out, these books all sold like hotcakes, especially this one. It sold out as soon as it was released. It should have indicated to George Lucas that he had a hit on his hands. All right, thanks for watching. Continue to subscribe, and if you want more content, to watch more content like this, and give me a thumbs up. Remember to click the like and comment. Feel free to comment. Thanks. Bye.